All right, folks, we are continuing Sports Saturday. We're, in the summer, we're kind of in that Jim McKay wide world of sports spanning the globe. During the fall to spring, usually we're, talking about basketball, football, soccer, baseball. But, we've got such a great motorsports scene here. And we're going to talk to the Litchfield Junior High track squad that racked up some honors at the state meet, just like we had Hillsborough on a couple of weeks ago. So that's coming up here in a little bit with Coach Drew Logan and Sam Mazza and others. That's coming up in a few. But right now, we're getting ready for another big night at the World Famous Highland Speedway, and a driver making a lot of noise. I spotted this. I was looking through for a good local driver to talk about the experience down there. And I'm checking out the top 5 in the A modified, and here's Noah Sugg out of Greenville. And it's got the R there, right there in 5th place with some top 5s and always in the mix. And that's an interesting story in itself, but there are more layers to that. And I know the racing fans certainly know the Sugg family name, and it's a name that's been around. Noah, thanks for joining us, and boy, it sounds like it's been an exciting season.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We've had an interesting season, to say the least. We've had setup problems, we had some motor problems. It's just it's been quite the year, first year out back in an A-mod.
Yeah, so like when we talk about being a rookie, this is not the typical rookie saga. This is a resurrection, and you've been in the racing game, and then things happen. Sadly, you had to step away, lost an icon in the family. Just tell us about your path back to the track.
Yeah, so I started out at 14 in the B mods at Highland, running for points, and I think the best we had was like a top 4. We raced since I was 14 up till I was about 18, so I raced for about 4 years. And like I just said earlier, when the bug bites, it bites hard, and we sold out and got rid of everything besides the trailer. Well, we should have got rid of the trailer too if we were staying out, because I started looking at Marketplace, and I'm like, we got to get back in. Got to have it. Well, we got back in and bought a motor from one of our buddies, and we just been on fire from there, and just got to keep driving, got to keep going.
Yeah, how long were you out?
We were out from 2018 until, this year, 2025.
Now, did COVID set you back? Did you have any thoughts before?
No.
So this was posed. COVID not a factor. I can imagine that it's difficult because some sports, if you love it and you want to come back, hey, fine. Not in a sport where you have to be the athlete and the manufacturer. To get back in the game, I know the sponsor part is more important than ever because these things have not exactly become cheaper.
Yeah, the finance part of it is astronomical. It's crazy. If it wasn't for our sponsors and my mom and dad and my boss and everybody, there's no way I could do it. I thought I could try to do it, but there ain't no way. Without sponsors, there's nothing there.
Highland Speedway, went there a lot as a kid. They call it World Famous for a reason. There's just a special atmosphere, and fans who are, if there's a sport where fans are plugged in, sometimes you see fans, their attention drifts a little bit. That's not this game. That's not, you get on the oval there, they are plugged in from start to finish, and they're there early to check everything out. It's a special fan base over there, isn't it?
Oh man, it's crazy. The atmosphere. That's what I missed the most when we got out, is the atmosphere. The atmosphere is just nothing you've ever seen. It's just electric, it feels like.
So thinking about that crowd, obviously people come, they're established fans of somebody, but in that crowd, are there people out there who are just fans and then they kind of latch on and they respond to someone new or someone who comes back like yourself? I mean, if someone's been going for 4 or 5 years, you're new to them.
For sure, for sure. Like, we've had people that went and cheered us on when we were in the B mods, and then as soon as I'll pick up the phone whenever I bought that car, and it's like, hey, we're coming back. We'll be there. It's like people are, I don't know, born into it. They either are born into it or they just have nothing for it. They don't want nothing to do it, and that's fine. It's our own little world, and we'll stick to it.
No passive fans, no passive spectators.
Right.
And I think the neat thing, you've got a few out of state guys, a Missouri guy here and there, an Indiana guy here and there, but you start looking down the list, and it's St. Clair County, it's Clinton County, it's Bond County, a little bit of Macoupin when I look down the roster. So there's some real regional rivalries built into this thing, huh?
Right, and we have a lot of, we call them big guys in our sport. Everyday Joe out here walking around the street, they're nobody, but at the racetrack, they're somebody. And we got one of the best in the business helping us with this car and trying to get better and better with setup. It's just, I couldn't thank Mike Harrison enough for the amount of help he gives us and my crew, Ricky and Dad and everybody.
So for someone who hasn't been, what's the length of the oval over there? If oval, is that a good description?
It's an oval for sure. It's just a small little bull ring. I think it's a quarter mile. So, I mean, you make a lot of enemies pretty quick if, I mean, you get tied up. It happens, but at the end of the day, we're all there for each other. If somebody needs something at the track, we always help them out. But
one of my biggest complaints is when we've seen this all over America where people moving next to a racetrack and whine because there's noise. To me, it's one of those signs that, we're still living large when you get to hear that in the background, 5-10 blocks away. And I know it's one of the best things Highland Speedway has, where they have a little bit of a buffer, and a little less whining there, because I hate seeing, the tracks that have gone away, like Godfrey and
Greenville.
My old friend, Doug Jenkins, Greenville, and Mount Vernon and some other tracks. And I can imagine that's just made those fans and the drivers appreciate Highland Speedway even more.
Oh, yeah. There's still people that are going to whine. Everybody's going to whine. But, why? Why move in a dirt track town?
I saw one place where, they were living next to a high school, and they said, they had a big cause with signs, no public address, no lights, and I'm thinking, where? 4 or 5 nights in September and October, come on. And they wore the same colored shirts as if their cause was on a level with cancer.
Yeah.
Get over yourselves, come on. And who, it was a private religious school. What troublemakers are going to come to your neighborhood? But anyway, it is what it is, People move next to the airport and they hate planes.
Right.
Go figure. So this, I can imagine there's a special aspect of getting away from the car and getting back in. So you rely on your experience, but it's almost like, I guess, like a reboot. Like, okay, I've got the memories, I've got the experience in the past, but you kind of look at things in a new way. Is that the way it works?
Correct. And we went to a totally different setup. We went from the B mod, which is 3-bar, which that's probably talking gibberish to most people, but on the 4-link, it's totally different. You have plenty of more adjustment. So, I had a little bit of a background on how to drive it and stuff. Don't get me wrong, we're still learning, but, running 5th in points, my goal was top 10 this year, so, the year's still young.
Had a schedule.
Yeah, hopefully.
But it's got to be a charge. How well can you hear the crowd with all of the noise down on the track?
Oh, you can't. You can't.
You just see it? Is that how it works?
Right. So our first night out there racing that we actually got to race, we had motor problems the very first night. And it was such a surprise to me, and I was so nervous, shaking. We started on the front row pole.
Wow.
And ended up third in our first main event. So that was it was kind of a boost for me.
Oh, what's it mean? What's it meant? I can't speak the language today. It's a morning thing. What has it meant to your family to be back in the game? I can imagine Sugg and racing kind of go together like birds of a feather, and you kind of get your identity back a little bit.
Yeah, my sister, she's not the biggest fan of me on the track, but I mean, once I'm off, it's fine. Hey, there you go, good job. And we all just love it. Me, my dad, Ricky, Mike. I mean, like I said before, I couldn't do it without them. And the kids, they love it.
So Highland's your primary track, but do you venture off much to other tracks?
We do. We went to Macon a couple weeks ago and ran pretty decent over there, and we went to Fairbury for their summer nationals, and there was 51 A mods. So
wow.
We tried to shoot our shot there as a rookie, and we didn't make the show, but we tried. That's all we can do.
Yeah, Macon's an interesting one. That's been around forever, and I know off and on they've had some big NASCAR names own the place. I can't remember if Tony Stewart still owns a chunk or not over there by Decatur.
I don't think so.
I can't keep up with it. I know they were concerned for a while about its future, but it sounds like it's bounced back pretty well.
Oh, yeah. It bounced back really well. It's a great little track. Great little fifth mile. Fast little track, but I'd just rather stay around Highland.
We had a media race there one time, and and I had the best car out of and I just thought, man, I'm on the pole, I have the best car, and I'm thinking, I know how hard these guys work on this thing. It was an old, 1980 Camaro, and I thought, I'd love to push this thing, but I don't know how to go in the mud in the corner and not, flip it over. That is a unique discipline. I mean, like, for people who are used to a concrete oval watching it on TV, boy, maximizing what the car can do, but keeping it on the track and the dirt, that's a whole different animal.
Oh, yeah, keeping it on four wheels.
Oh, because I saw, I know when you had the incident with Tony Stewart in the sprint car, and he struck the guy.
Oh, man.
And the guy, you don't get up. I mean, again, it showed kind of the lack of knowledge of people, and I don't even think you have to be a race fan to understand. Like in a sprint car, there's a reason it spins, and does the what in the world's that? I can't even think of it. The drift thing. Yeah. It's not made to operate like a normal car on I-55 or Route 16 or Route 140. People who are uninitiated don't appreciate just the skill it takes to go into that turn and still keep moving forward and stay ahead of the crowd.
Right. It's an interesting sport, and then there's always them fans that can do it just that much better, and you gotta love them. I mean, if they can do it, I mean, they need a car. Let's see it.
Any of the turns over there at Highland have a unique personality at all?
It just depends. Depends if the late mile's there. If they can get a cushion going, you got a racy track. If it's just slick top to bottom, it's normally just follow the leader, but I like it. Rough, smooth, it is what it is.
Now, for those who don't do the local speedway thing, how do the pits operate as far as how many people you have in there and any limits on that, what have you?
I don't think there's any limit on it. I think they'll sell a pit pass to anybody, but I mean, they're having quite a bit of a rough time, I think, this year filling the stands up. I mean, it's been hot. There's been a few hot days, and, I mean, people can get it on TV now. They can watch it on TV, but it's not the same as being there.
No. I don't care what kind of speakers you have.
Right.
Because there's the thing, it's not just noise. You feel it, in your rib cage a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a different adrenaline rush that you just can't get anywhere else. But the nice thing is, some guys are going to have money more than others, but it's like when you look for an upset on NASCAR, it just doesn't happen very often.
Right.
Yeah, seems to happen in the Daytona, but I can imagine the unexpected happens a little more frequently.
Right.
In a Highland Speedway environment.
And I think that's part of the biggest problem is I don't think the sport is growing much anymore because it's so expensive. The motors and the chassis and all these things. Chassis now are $40,000. I mean, somebody has to take out a small loan to get a car.
Boy, even just like demo derbies, just finding out just how resourceful people have to be. It used to be grab the old $500 car, and
right.
Fortunately, I don't think your eyes have seen too many of those.
No.
The boats I grew up with, the Galaxy 500 and the LTDs, and you have to. I guess you have to build from the ground up a lot more than you used to have to. I mean, like I said, 20 years ago, hop into an old F car body, a Camaro, and the old cars seem to be more suited to be converted, and just doesn't happen the same way anymore.
Right. Our cars start out as a 68 to 72 Chevelle, and they build them up from there. We run an impressive chassis. In my opinion, one of the best chassis on the market. And I mean, there's better ones out there, but it's just all you want to spend. It's just all about money anymore. It's not about who's faster. Well, it's always about who's faster, whoever ends up with the checkered flag, but it's whoever's got the deepest pockets.
Well, I can imagine that having those top fives, getting results, and being the new kid in town, that people like, hey, I kind of remember him. I imagine that's a frame of reference for people who, maybe as you get further away from Greenville, obviously people who've been going to the Speedway 10, 20 years,
right,
know the Sugg family, and it's like, good to have them back. It's like something's right with the world again. But I can imagine you see that following build week by week, and they're more energetic, and then they're saying your name more on the PA. That's what's so neat about at the NASCAR race. You're not going to have, and Justin Allgaier coming up on the leader. The role of the announcer is a unique thing with the local track.
Right, and I think that's a big part of, like, my dad's name when he was racing, Doug Jenkins being around. I love talking to Doug because it's always something. He's always talking about me in some way on the radio, and I love it. I can't get enough of it. We need that exposure, getting back in. And don't get me wrong, we got some of the best sponsors in racing, and but you can never have enough,
Boy, and I think about that, and I can imagine the fact that as the guy who was the announcer at Godfrey Speedway and has done some work at Tri-City, that he not only knows the guys who are there week in, week out at Highland, but the guys who are going to pay a visit once in a while, because, I know guys like they were Godfrey Speedway guys, and they kind of, maybe they went to one track, and maybe they've gone to multiples. I know it's been a number of years now, so maybe not that many quote-unquote youngsters, but it's just, it's just a special deal. And for people who haven't been in a while and you're just bored, it's a pretty darn good entertainment buy to go out there on a Saturday night.
Right. And it's somewhat cheap to get in. I mean, $25 I think gets you in the stands, $35 to get in the pits. And I always think of it as like the Dome. If you can get yourself to go to the Dome race, it's called Dirt in December, you will never feel another feeling like it. It is crazy the amount of people that are there. 30,000 people sitting there watching a dirt race. It's just, that's one of my dreams to go to. And I got a word in. Hopefully we get to go this year, but
that would be fun. They really tried to reinvent the Dome, bringing that indoors and like making that like the place to be on the calendar. That's awesome, and I just think that's good stuff. I have to check that out one of these days. The other thing that stands out when I think of Highland Speedway, the World of Outlaws coming. That I know that's always a big winner, and I know Jacksonville Speedway, the longtime promoters, they stepped away here a few years ago, and people wondered what would happen, and then they came up with, well, we won't run every week, but we'll run here and there, and we'll try to make every night an event. And the World of Outlaws was just like a big life support injection for them. So I can imagine that's exciting, whether you're a spectator or whatever the case may be. I know it's coming up, like a month from now?
Yeah, the World of Outlaws is coming to Highland on August 13th, so that'll be a big show. That'll be the last big show, I think, of the year of the big dogs. So we're hoping to pull something off before then. I want to get a win this year. I'm itching for it. We're getting close. I got to work on myself and my driving style and stuff like that, but we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I imagine week by week, even now you're probably still shaking off rust.
Oh, right. Correct. It's totally new to me again. It's like riding a bike. You'll never forget your main objectives, I guess, to set up a car. But like I said earlier, without Mike and without Dad, I'd be facing the other direction every other lap because they are what make that car go.
Mm. Yeah, I imagine it's exciting to be back. How tough was it? I mean, a double whammy. I'm sure your grandfather meant a lot to you. And gosh, I'm at this age. I'm getting better week by week, and now it's over. I can't imagine how hard that was.
Right. At that point, we were just ready to be done. We needed a reset. We needed to back away, sell it all. And, it was nice to get away for a while, but like I said, that bug bites hard. When you got to be in it, you got to be in it. You can't just go and watch. I was still at the races every Saturday or whenever, but it's not the same.
Well, where can we find out more about the Sugg racing operation, the Sugg family back in the racing biz?
You can go to TSR on Facebook, Team Sugg Racing /EWX Motorsports, or if you have any questions, give me a call.
Gotta love it. Noah Sugg. Check him out. You're racing tonight in the number 69?
Correct.
I love it. So check it out and then see that. Is that pits at, I think, racing at 7, pits before 6?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So easy, great location. Yeah, that seems like a great locale to draw people. You're close to St. Louis and, being that close to 70 and everything, it's just been a pretty good draw for drivers. They got a healthy roster.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of heavy hitters in there. We got to keep our game up and keep going strong. And, I couldn't thank our sponsors enough with Lolly and Pops, High Octane, Expect More Ag, Earthworks Contracting, Surface Prep, Ace Plumbing, Thacker Insurance, Greenville Tire, CMI, Impressive Race Cars, and Greenville University.
And I want to say the really cool thing, you couldn't see it on the radio, but he switched a hat for every sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
That would be impressive. But anyway, yeah, a good team of sponsors. You can't ride on just one anymore.
Right. And if anybody's interested in that, we accept.
He'll make space if need be.
Oh, I got space. I got plenty of it.
Well, Noah Sugg, thanks for stopping by.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.